Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue our intro level 2 Megabase, where in the last episode just got our copper and oil outpost up and running, and that is working brilliantly, supplying oil and copper to our base. In between episodes I just quickly hooked up a second oil area, so we have one here and one up here, pretty much just copy pasted it down. Because a bottleneck was that, and I wanted to get things flowing. In today's episode, we will look at something we kind of touched on last episode, and that is a building train. So if you think that's a good idea, do remember to leave a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. So what is a building train? As you know, we discussed it a bit last episode. And the reason why you really need a building train is that at the moment, transporting items from here by robot all the way up here is starting to become an issue with the travel time. So a building train that fills up here at the mall, then drives up here and unloads the items to building grids, then driving back and filling up again is a good way to solve that. So what I want to try and do for you guys today is that we'll have to fill this up. So for this, we'll use buffer chests. Since we have a lot of different things going in, let's just try with this for now. We'll have some inserters, we'll put those in later. But then we want this one to fill up with everything we need. The two things I want to have on our building train as it stands right now is one, we want to have everything we need to make a grid and probably everything we need to set up accumulators for solar as well. So firstly, we'll need about 2k train tracks. That should be enough. Each of these has 40 slots. That means this can hold 4,000. That means if you do 2 rows of train tracks, that will be enough for what we need. And here is a neat little trick. Instead of doing circuitry to limited, I don't think you can. If you have an item and just middle mouse button click, that's what I have, you can say what you want in this slot. For example, this way, this will only be allocated to train tracks and nothing else. Meaning that when this is full, it will of course start to fill these unless something else in this slot. So the next thing we need is 140 chain signals to stack what's it called 50 at a time. So I'll just grab one from down here. 1, 2, 3, that's 150. Then we need power poles. Let's get 2 slots for those as they're stacking 50. The next thing we need is 60 rail signals. That means we need 2 of you. Then we'll need 24 roboports. They're stacking 10. That means, let's get those 2 away. Let's add roboports here and say I want, we have them here, so 1, 2, 3 of those. That's 30 roboports. The next thing we need is 8 train stops, so that's just 1 stack for train stops. I don't have any on me. There we are. And then the last thing, or one of the last things we need, is 4 radars. So we'll do 1 stack. I know that's 50, but that's the way it is. So there we are. So this is pretty much everything we need to fill up one train grid. The rest of these we can fill up with other things we need or just leave them blank for now. We can say we want you to just be wood until we figure out what you should be. And let's put wood down here because then you can click it. You should be able to at least. Oh, you can't do wood, of course, because that is not an item. Maybe fish. Let's fill it with fish here. So we know this is what we want to keep for the future in case we need more room. That's one part. Then the back one here, let's get all of you out, please. On this one, we want to have what we need for the solar one. So that's 768. If we can actually fit in that much, otherwise we'll just make a solar train one. I was stacking 50. So if we do solar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 500. Of those we need about 15. We need 16 stacks of these. For one of those. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then for our, what's it called? Accumulators, we'll need 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. That's looking good for that one. Then the rest of them we already have. Oh, we need the substation as well. One stack of substations, and in theory I think we can remove these 3. I don't think they're needed anywhere, and I can't see them on the map. One is up here, so let's just remove those. They are not needed from what I remember. Cute. So now we have the rails, we have the solar and accumulators, we have the train stops, the power poles. We need, oh yeah, we need to put in substations, 50 of you. And is there anything else we want? No, because then we have the rest of this one as well. So that is gonna be our current setup for accumulators, solar, and for train station. We could add in the things we need here, but those are low volume. Ooh, 3,000 rail tracks for one of these. So let's upgrade this one to 3,000. 2,000. Let's see, then we'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We might want to move a few of these up top instead, so it actually makes room for the rest of them. So we'll move you and you. I can remember what I just moved, hopefully. So that is gonna be our 3,000 rails. Let's just check how much it is to be completely sure. It's actually 3,000. Oh, 3,000 should be enough. Then we'll have maybe 1 or 2 moved by robots. So that's fine. That's 3,000. Then we needed what's it called? Or this one removed. I think that was one of them. And the other one was. Was it the roboports? No. Was it the radars? Yes, the radars. There we are. So that will be pretty much our current setup. Let's get some fish in to fill the rest. As that I don't really want to move right away. Ooh, this one requires 38. Trains, they only stack in 10. Let's just do there, and train stops. There we are. I think this is a pretty decent building train. Because then we can hook up at least the high volume things, being the train Megabase, solar, and the depot. Just requesting that, and the rest I'll just get moved in by like what's it called? By robots, as that is a very, very low volume item. So you will be our what's it called? Building train. You put a train icon on it, maybe. Would the train be the best? Let's go building train. And 2 wagons behind it just for the fun of it. So this is a building train. The way we want to move this around now, after we hook this up, let's just see what we want to do. Because we want one of you, you will be our... Let's get these in. If we get 1,000 in each of these, then we have free unloading, just to increase the speed a bit. 12 at a time. And let's get 1,000 each of these. So we have 1, 2, 3. That'll be all the train tracks for you. Power, power, and power. There we go. And I'll get the power down here. We're waiting for train because this one is actually not stationed here yet. Let's set you to building train. Let's say until... I actually don't know what the best way is. Maybe just nothing will be fine for now. We'll see if we need a certain condition on it. That's a 3,000 for this one. Then we have 3,000 storage. Then we need rail signals. You can go here, both of them. Be that one. You can have 200 view. I'd like to have 200 view as well. That's that one and that one. Don't need big electric power poles. And let's add that here as well. But the bottleneck is still... Oh wait, we can't mix them, because if this one gets stuck with something you can't unload, that'll be an issue, so let's just get those out. Because we don't want to mix, now that I think about it. It means we might want to change one of these to something else. So, normal signals. You'll be rail signals right here. That's going to fill up that, it's going to fill up that. You might want to change you to something else. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. Good. You'll be our roboports. 40. That one, that one, that one. And the last one down here will be our power poles. So now we should be filling the building train with everything we need. As soon as things get... Ooh, that's substations, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Want that one. There we are. The substation will be needed up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Look at that. We have a nice building train with items. Substation spleens come with me. You can go up here. First, solar panels. And let's get we get 1,000 storage. Yes, please. Then we'll have 1,000 accumulators as well, just to have a bit. We'll drain a bit of our base. 1,000 accumulators. Then we'll have substations. And throw all of you in all substations here. Get 200 of you to have some buffered. Then the train stops. We are still mixed very heavily. Look at that. That is holding good. That's why I don't want to mix it, because then you can actually have one of these with something you can't unload. Train stops. You can have 100 in storage view. And then radars in the one here below. Radar. We can just have 100. Or 50 is actually enough. We don't need that many, we only need 4 at a time. We do want it to be filled. Let's get 100, because I want it to fill up quite quickly. In case we have more than one train running at a time. Cycling the items. There we are. Please fill this up with delicious items. We could let it stay here until inactive, because that means this will be filled up with items. Or something like that. Then it'll go to depot and wait, or stay here. We just want it to be controlled that way. So I just manually control this. Might actually be the easiest way to do it. Because you are able to do this and just click where you want it to go, and it will move. Then always go back here when we're done using it. That might actually not be a bad idea. So is everything being delivered? It is, it's clearing out whatever we have in storage up here. Should probably move that soon. But this is our building train. And let's try and give it a go and see how it goes. Might want to have an output station for this, where we can just place it in. Well, I can always just build it myself or just unload it myself, but in theory I can quite easily unload it. So let's try and go set up a solar grid as the thing. Yes, the rest is going in. Anything I don't... Ooh, should we get landfill in as well? That might actually be a good thing to use the last one for. What if I change all view to landfill? That is why I have to have... Please stop. I want landfill there. There we are. 400 landfill is not a lot, but it is a bit. Let's do that. That is probably a bit better than I had before. You'll get landfill. 1000. Then this will be buffered and can easily fill up when we continue. That means that all of this will activate now, produce more and more for us. But we are more than fast enough. Yeah, a very, very nice building train we have now. The funny thing, it is actually the first time I've used a building train, so it's gonna be quite fun to see it in action. You're full, almost full radars as well, and you're almost full. 30, was that enough for all of them? I should be only 20. 24 should all be 20. 25, oh yeah, that's one in the middle. Yeah, 24. Good. Full and full. Because then, when we're done building, we can just reverse, what's it called? The inserters. And get it back into the train so we don't leave any behind. While it goes and refills. Or we can leave some storage up there, but not sure I want to do that. Oh, are you stuck with something in your hand? No, we just don't have enough. There we are. Everything is now full. That means we can take a train up north and try and set up one of the depots. One of the things we want to get. We could try and do... We have that already. Maybe right here we could try with a solar grid. Still have the issue of all the trees. Could do a solar grid out here, maybe. Or another grid. Yeah, we'll decide when we get up there. Let's try and take our building train for a little spin. No wait, let's just do a solar grid right here. It is nice and easy to do. And I want to see it in action. First, let's just get off the beaten path so we don't block any trains. Let's go there. Temporary station. What I am thinking now, as soon as this one is done, will that send it back to this area again? Let's see if that's actually the case, because that will mean we'll have to set up a train station, or at least to send it to a train station instead. example, one of these. There we go. On a little train. Let's go around this way. And park. What happens then when this runs out? Will it just leave? It will. So that's something we have to fix by probably adding in some other things. But for now you can stay here. It is a manual thing we want to control. Let's get ourselves, I forgot to get some of these. So let's unload all of this. I think we need this many. Let's unload you to this one. Yeah, we need to set up some kind of train station to do this instead. That just throws it in all kind of yes. Rail signal in the way, that's fine. But as you can see, now we have all the items we need. Then to build a new grid, it's simply just taking this one, adding it down, and let the robots do their thing. Of course, we still have to get them from down here, unfortunately. But at least then they don't have to travel back and forth many times doing it. But as you can see, they are still a bit of an issue. But that will be a lot easier. So now that this is unloaded, we could in theory just say go back to here, get some more, and then add it in up here for the future. Do something like that. That'll probably unload everything we need. Just remember to pick it up again. Or keep the train stops inside our solar grids, because we did remove them a few episodes ago, but that might have been a mistake. We'll see. But that is pretty much the idea of a building train. That is what we're gonna use going forward to build. Because look at this, if they had to travel like that going forward, that would have been a mess. We also need to landfill in this lake to give him a way across. Maybe just up here. So that's something I'll probably do in between episodes as well. But I'll end the episode here. I think it's a pretty decent place to do it. So do comment what you think about the building train, how it works. As you can see now, it's much easier for them to put it in. And look, now they just travel like that, much faster. So yeah, like I said, do comment what you think about this setup. If you want this setup for the building train, jump on Discord. I have all the blueprints there. And if you like this video, do remember to like it. And if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. And with that, I've been Dgray, and I'll see you next episode. Bye guys.